So I'm going to do a trade recap today on NASDAQ, or on ES actually. And obviously, as you can see, it ended up not going my way, but we're going to go walk through exactly what I was thinking pretty much this whole process. So on the hourly time frame here, we see we swept out Asia session highs, or you could consider these the highs, whatever the case may be. We swept them out, and then we also took out data highs. This was from unemployment today. So I thought that was pretty strong confluence. And then also on NASDAQ, actually, NASDAQ already took out London session lows from yesterday. So that's what I wanted to look for. Obviously, we see on ES that we hadn't done that yet. Or no, it was the other way. So really, it wasn't that we took any lows out. It was just that we were hovering around these London session lows, and I figured price was definitely going to end up tapping in here and end up sweeping these lows out. And also, Nasdaq was probably going to look to take Asia session highs out. So obviously, looking on ES, we were looking for the opposite direction. We were looking for shorts. The reason I was doing that was because we already swept out Asia session highs. So we already had a pretty good reaction pretty much right out of it. So I figured we were going to continue to do that. So on the second leg down, after we got this break in structure to the downside right here, is exactly where I entered. And as you can see, I was in drawdown pretty much the entire time. I was targeting London session lows here. Obviously, the take profit wasn't all the way down there, but it was just above London session lows. And then also, we see that we were obviously within a bearish hourly bearish order block right here. This ended up being a or no, this one was the bearish order block I was going off of right here. So we were within this area where bearish orders were being filled. Also, you could consider this one being one as well. Uh, but then we have one right here as well. So we have a ton of bearish order blocks in the area, which is what I want to look for after these liquidity sweeps. So then we scale down to the 1 minute, and then price just does whatever. So initially, I had my stop loss up here. It was, oopsies, okay, this is not working out well. It was all the way up here. So just above, honestly, this fair value gap pretty much, or just above these highs as well. And I almost got stopped out like, I don't know, one, two, three times right there. This was definitely the closest one, and then price completely reversed. And then we saw this move down. Obviously, we see this breaking structure, that a pretty strong breaking structure to the downside. And I thought, okay, cool. We might at least hover and profit for a little bit, and that just never was the case. Obviously, you see, I was at break even for like 3 minutes right there, and then price continued to move up. Once I saw this final move down, I moved my stop loss like way down here. So ended up only losing like 128 bucks today, which isn't terrible, but obviously I want to win the trades. But that was pretty good risk management on my end to just slam uh the stop loss because yes, I figured I had faith in the trade, like I wanted price to continue to move down. I wanted to obviously stay within the trade. But then you also have to do logic at some point, right? You got to say, okay, this price action has been absolutely dog shit. I'm okay with losing like $100 in this. If I can stop myself from losing another $130, right? That's pretty good. So obviously, it didn't go my way today, but it was a pretty good setup. Like I thought it was pretty good. Obviously, Nasdaq was hovering around these lows. We had ES that just swept out highs. We were hovering on these lows on Nasdaq, and then we had obviously this pretty strong move down. So I thought, okay, time to hop in and go short, and ended up losing. So it is what it is. Obviously, there was more confluences than that. We had where Nasdaq was hovering. We had Asia session highs get swept. We were within these hourly bearish order blocks. We had a market structure shift on the 1 minute. So obviously, it's not like right. We got these lows. We got a complete closure above. We got a retracement, and then we got this complete closure above. A little retracement back up, and then a break in structure to the downside. So obviously, I'm not just entering because I think so. I think it's going to do it, but I entered with confidence. I wasn't nervous on this trade really. I was like, okay, let's get these lows taken out. But it is what it is. So another tough loss, but it is what it is. That's trading. So I don't know about much about trading tomorrow. Tomorrow we have PMI at 9:45. The last time actually we had PMI at 9:45, I missed out on like a really, 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 really good trade. So we'll see how that ends up going. But we'll see how that goes. Next week looks like or Monday looks pretty good, and then the rest of next week we have a lot of news. So we have consumer confidence at 10 a.m. We have FOMC, we have Fed funds rates. So obviously I'll do a whole video on news for next week, so don't worry about that. But yeah, another tough loss. It is what it is. That's trading. So it's not really much about a losing streak I'm on as much as it's just been unfavorable price action. But again, I'm the one pressing the buys. I'm the one pressing the sells. So it is on me. So that's it for the day.